Okay, folks, this is really happening. I never thought I'd be on this side of the lectern. This was not a career I've ever had on my list. But here we are. So today I'm speaking about being abundant as a mother. First, my daughter, I'm going to invite my daughter to come up and roar for us and share a book for us. So Rory, come on up.
My Mom is Magical. Story by Sabrina Molly, pictures by Eunice Molly. My mom is more amazing than a billion butterflies, more sparkly than a universe of stars, sweeter than a cloud of cotton candy, sillier than a band of bananas, stronger than a squad of superheroes, braver than a deep-sea explorer, smarter than a school of owls, cooler than a disco rock star, warmer than a million suns, and cuddlier than a mountain yak, more magical than a million rainbows. Kid, you're magical too. Thank you.
Thank you, Rory. To be truthful, I picked out the book for her. So when I talk about motherhood today, I'm actually talking about parenthood, the divine feminine that resides in all of us, not just women, not just mothers, but in all of us. So Father's Day is a month off and includes all the fathers as well. Motherhood teaches us about paradox. It is both a give and take paradigm of abundance. It takes an abundance of patience, if you observe. Okay, anyways, Plucky Duck runs and says, I want to push the button, I want to push that, I want to push that, I push it again, I push it again, I push it again, I push it again. It's very cute. And that last button represents our last nerve, and our kids know them and know them well. Also, I don't know how well you can read it, but it says, it's hard to wrap your brain around something like eternity, but I waited for a small child to buckle themselves into a car seat when I was running late. So I think I've got it. Been there, done that. I'm sure many of you have. It takes an abundance of humor. Both light humor and dark humor. It takes an abundance of creative imagination. Both for the baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark. Oh, there we go.
Daddy shark, do 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 do. Daddy shark, do 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 do.
Okay, so imagine doing that 50 times a day, and I am not kidding about that. It takes an abundance of creative imagination to keep calm and redirect when our kids are misbehaving. It's like, okay, now what? How do I redirect this time? And it takes love, creative imagination to follow the tween and teen drama for what it is. And it takes a creative imagination for those times when our kids are naughty, and we have to pretend not to see it so we don't laugh. And we are too exhausted mentally, physically, and spiritually to think of what a consequence for the action is. And we're done. So we just have to use our best acting skills and say, I didn't see that. It also takes an abundance of resilience. I wonder who cries more. Do we cry more or our babies? Guys, I confess, I fail at motherhood every day. There are days where it's like I got nothing, a kid does or say something and it's like I can't even begin to respond. I don't know. Yeah. And I'm just like, I fail to feel enough for any of this, but both, even to my two great daughters and every day at work, it's hard to ever feel enough or adequate at this. And it's not when, but it's not if, but when I do fail. And if I am successful at anything, it's teaching them how to fail, not to fail, but how to fail. I've learned to own my actions. I've learned to apologize if I trigger any hurt in them in my reaction to to the misbehavior. I've learned to invite reconnection when we're both ready, and often I have to give myself a timeout or a time in and lock my door and breathe myself. And then when we're both ready, I go and apologize, and I welcome their grace because they astound me with the number of times they forgive me and pardon me. And so after that, all is good, and we do it again 5 seconds later. And there's so often I feel like giving up, and I want to say, I give up. This is too much for me. I don't know what I'm doing here. But instead, I've learned to say, I surrender. And I surrender to my higher power, whether you want to call him God, Source, Divine Mother, Divine Father, whatever your higher power is for you. I've learned to be poor in spirit in order to open myself up to a poor in spirit. I've learned to empty myself to feel to the abundance of divine flow in order to hold on to my sanity and find strength to make it through my day. But motherhood also gives abundance. It gives us an abundance of expansion, figuratively, both figuratively and figuratively. David Bowie once said, the greatest thing we'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. It teaches, gives and teaches us an abundance of enlightenment or self-awareness. What are we here for except to experience ourselves as expressions of divine consciousness, become aware? To tell you the truth, infants already know this. We forget and we are relearning, but they come in knowing this. It gives us an abundance of joy. That's the fun part. So recently, in the last week or so, my daughter's teacher emailed me and gave me homework. How dare she? And what she asked me was, my daughter had a math test coming up, and it's going to be on her report card. And her teacher wanted me to write her a letter to kind of, help inspire her to study a little bit harder for this math test. Yeah, her teacher doesn't know me very well. So this is what I wrote her. Dear Rory, way to go as you, wait, actually I'm going to go down because we're still on unconditional love. Dear Rory, way to go as you complete 3 successful years of the Peaks Gifted and Talented program. You may agree or not, but in my opinion, you have totally rocked the program. You let your light shine on as you continue to develop your academic voice. You followed your current bliss in your long-term and short-term projects, from Lin-Manuel Miranda, TV animation, and this year's breakthrough binder. You let your passions be your guide. Way to persevere through all of it. I'm supposed to be writing you a letter about how your iReady math test is not just another test, and that the results will go on your report card. Truth be told, this is just a test. To put that kind of pressure on you right before tests, I know will only trigger your testing anxiety and will be counterproductive. No matter how you perform on this test, you are enough because you exist. You are worthy of love and belonging. As the day you were born, you are the presence of God. You are the presence of love, as God is love, and you have the light of God in you. No further proof, mathematical or otherwise, is necessary. QED kid. I'm more concerned about your mental health than your knowledge base. I know you're more than capable academically, and you yourself, you push yourself. I'm here to help you realize that perfection is a goal not worth pursuing. I've already traveled that road. It only triggers feelings of never feeling enough. My message to you is that you already are enough. I am more proud of you, and I hope you are proud of yourself for befriending a student. Despite his daily meltdowns and quirky behavior, you opted to reach out for in compassion and empathy. At every opportunity you could, you helped him de-stress, even to the point of incorporating your long-term project and discovering your life purpose. Your heart education will take you much farther in leading a successful life than academics ever will. So just get through this, just another test. Know that the results won't earn or lose you any love. Abandon the caterpillar pillar and fly like the butterfly you already are. Love, Mom. So, baby, it's worth it. The smiles, the tears, the holy sacredness and bleeping profanity of it all. Welcome to motherhood. All right. I would now like to invite you to meditate with me. So if you would, just take a moment and breathe in and breathe out and just drop into that heart space. If it helps to have your hand on your heart, please do so. Imagine a newborn baby. He is enough because he exists. He is worthy of love and belonging. He is the presence of love. Now imagine you are that newborn baby. You are enough because you exist. You are worthy of love and belonging. You are the presence of love. Please repeat each affirmation after I say it. I am enough. I am worthy. I am love. I am. And so we are. All one. Thank you.
Great
Yeah,
job.
thank you.